Hi, we thought we would produce a video showing how to upload your branch nomination for Andrea Egan for General Secretary to the Civica website. We've been overwhelmed with the number of branches wanting to nominate Andrea, many branches doing so for the first time, so they're not familiar with the procedures, so we thought a video would help. It is a fairly complex procedure. You can't just send somebody the details of your nomination. You have to submit it for an online portal. So the first thing you need to do as a branch is to find the email that your branch would have received from Civica Election Services at the beginning of the election. And that you can find here. It was sent from Civica Election Services, take part at csvotes.com. And it was sent on the 20th of August around 15:19 in the afternoon. It was sent to the email address that your branch has registered with Unison for its main point of correspondence. And the subject line was Unison General Secretary Election Branch Nominations. So you can go back and try and find that email if you don't have it to hand. You can search by date, you can search by from field, Civica Election Services, you can search by the subject line, Unison General Secretary Election branch nominations, and hopefully you can find it. If you can't find it though, for whatever reason, or the email was sent to a previous branch secretary or an individual who's no longer involved in the branch, which happens a lot, you need to get that email resent out. And you can do that by emailing support-cesvotes@civica.co.uk. That is an email address in the election procedures, support-cesvotes@civica.co.uk. If you email them, they will explain the issue, and they will resend you the email. So in this case, my branch, West Sussex, does have its email to hand. And we're going to click the link here, and it says that click here to complete your nomination. This link is unique to you. Please do not forward this email to anyone else. So we're going to click that link to start our nomination. So we'll do that now, and it will open up in my web browser. I'm going to OK that to get rid of the cookies. You can see here we've got a unique security code and security code part 2 unique to the West Sussex branch. We will then log in, and we now see that some of the fields are already pre-populated. You can see that my region, the South East region, is showing. West Sussex is the branch name. Branch code is showing. Telephone number's not obligatory information to provide, but I do know it, so I'll just pop it in there. It won't hurt. And there's the branch email address already pre-populated. Then it asks me, meeting information, was the meeting physical or virtual? Now, in common with many branches, we actually held a hybrid meeting. So it was a combination of people physically in the room and people joining online. There isn't an option for hybrid. So I think if you're going to choose one, you should choose virtual. That's not going to be a problem. It's something we have let Unison and Civica be aware of in the past. They've chosen not to fix that, unfortunately. But if you click virtual, that will be okay for a hybrid meeting. Clearly, if your meeting was 100% physical, you should go for the physical option. It then asks what were the minimum number of people needed to make that meeting valid. What was the quorum? And it wants you to enter the number in digits. Now, our branch committee has 25 people on it, and the quorum is a third. So that actually means that 25 divided by 3 is 8 1/3 people. You can't have 8 1/3. So 9 is the quorum for our branch committee at the moment. There were 12 people present. We've got the minutes to show that, but obviously we were counting those and recording the names of the people present. We know there were 12 present. The meeting date, it was last Wednesday, and there's a calendar here to help you. I'm going to choose Wednesday the 10th of September. That goes straight in. What type of meeting was it? It was a branch committee meeting, our meeting, but you've got other options there. Most people, it'll be a branch committee meeting, but you've got other options as well. And then the name of the nominated candidate. There are 2 fields for this, not quite sure why, but we're going to put in Andrea because that's Andrea's first name, and we're going to put in Egan because that's her second name. Now, this candidate membership number, if known, that is not an obligatory field. You can see that there is no star. You do not, no asterisk. You do not need to put the candidate membership number. I'm not going to put that because it's not necessary. And if I put it, but I get it wrong by a single digit, then there'll be issues, and it may well be that the nomination's not accepted. So it's just better to leave it blank because it's not known. Then we have to tick here that the nomination was made in accordance with Unison's rulebook and the election procedures, which it was. So I'm happy to declare that. And I'm happy, obviously, to put my name as branch secretary down, which is Dan Sartin. Let me just check that I've got that right. Branch secretary or chair's name. Yeah. And then it's also asking for my membership number, which I will put in there. Okay, so that's my personal membership number, not Andrea's, but mine as the branch secretary who's declaring this nomination was valid and submitted it. If you're not a branch secretary or chair and it needs to be another officer inputting this information, then you can do that. If, for example, the treasurer needs to upload this for whatever reason, somebody else is on holiday, you can do that, but you need to explain why the treasurer is uploading it in this information field here. However, it is me doing it. I don't need to fill in that field, and it clearly tells me to type not applicable if that field isn't applicable. I've then got a next page button. So I'll just show you what happens there. It will just review the information for you. So you can just review that what it's got is correct. So the region is South East, the branch name is West Sussex, the code is correct, 9312, telephone number, branch email address. It was a virtual meeting. It was hybrid, as we explained earlier, but that's correct for virtual. 9 is the quorum, 12 were present. It was on the 10th of September. It was a branch committee meeting. We nominated Andrea Egan. We've put her information in there, and we've confirmed that it's me, Dan Sartin, uploading this form, and then simply click submit. And so that will now go in, and that's it. That's the end of the process. You will, as it explains there on the final screen, get an email sent to your branch confirming that you've uploaded it. You should look out for that. If you don't receive that email within 24 hours, it tells you what to do there, which is to contact Alex Day at Civica with an email address or give them a call. You can take a note of those details there if you want to be double sure, or if you don't take a note of them and you need to get in touch with Civica, you can do so through the election procedures which are published. Find those, and the number is on there. It's cool. You don't need to log out, but you can do. So I'll click log out, and that's it. You are now logged out. That is the end of the process. It's as simple as that. But it's a process that a lot of branches aren't familiar with, nominating Andrea Egan for the first time, which is fantastic to see. But we obviously must see those branch nominations uploaded. If they're not uploaded by the deadline of Friday, the 20, let me check what day it is, Friday the 26th of September at 5 p.m. If they're not uploaded by Friday 26th of September at 5 p.m, then they won't count. So this is something your branch does need to do. Make sure you chase up your branch chair, branch secretary to upload the details. Okay, thanks for watching this video.